Hi guys, it's October 23rd, 2012 at 2:49. After I uploaded my first video today, I was having a few issues with the uploading and getting it onto YouTube, and as I was going through my mail, I noticed that there are several different activists that are posting different notes on their lack of understanding of what is presently going on. Now, a lot of these are friends of mine and people whose work that I've been following because of their activism for some time. They're slightly limited in their understanding of what's going on with events that occurred as we had the other day on 10/21, when so many people gathered to have a unified, focused intent to bring Mother Earth into a higher dimensional perception, higher vibration, through a portal, through a wormhole, whatever you want to call it, into a state where humanity is waking up. And that's interesting that that is exactly what's going on with some of these activists that are jumping up and down and saying, hold on, if you focus on the love and light, all the FEMA camps and stuff like that, they're going to come get you and take you away, and Fukushima's going to kill you, and all the solar CMEs are going to take you down. And all of that is because these same wonderful people who are waking up, it's because they're still in their head, and they're in the duality, and they're in the fear. They're trying to think about everything rather than feel everything. Now, this universe that we each live within, and the universe that's within inside each and every one of the 7 billion people on this planet, these universes are quantum in nature. And what does quantum mean? Quantum means the subatomic levels respond to thought and emotion. They are magnetic in being. Oh, beautiful red-headed woodpecker on my telephone pole. The subatomic particles, by law of attraction, law of magnetics, are affected by our thoughts and emotions. And that's exactly how we live our lives. I've mentioned this before many times to people. When you see two lovers absolutely head over heels in love, and you watch them go through life in that high vibration of love, and the negativity being the opposite end, the lower vibrations, those individuals' lives are absolutely magical. And it's because of the thoughts, the perceptions, the emotions that they are entertaining and putting out to the field. Magical things happen around these people. If someone is acting a victim and saying, oh, poor pitiful me, I hadn't got enough money, my body's falling apart, the doctor's giving me drugs that are making me feel bad, and everybody needs to pray for me, that individual ends up creating lower vibrations within their life through the same law of magnetics, law of attraction, and they end up having problems. And it's not a bad thing to have problems. It is not a bad thing to experience the lower vibrations, because it allows you to appreciate the higher vibrations. But one of the things that we did on 10/21 in our envisioning was that all of humanity is now awake and aware and knowing what's going on. And it's interesting to see so many of the activists out there who are not in understanding that this is a quantum universe and they create their reality, how they're questioning the events that occurred as 1021, and that we will have many more to come throughout the remainder of this year. That's a great thing. That means that they're waking up, that there's something more here that must be looked at. What people don't understand, and I said this in the previous video, is this old world has got to come collapsing down. We're not building on top of the old paradigm with the new paradigm. The last Piscean age was almost like an age of being victimized, like our separation from source by going truly 3D, third dimensional, and not realizing that we have a connection to source. God is doing all these bad things to us. In 4D, a lot of times people get together in rituals while still in their head and ego, but focusing their thought and intent with much less power, but together in rituals. And that is how things like the Illuminati use Bohemian Grove for to create whatever events that they wish to manifest. A lot of times we'll have wars beginning or ending on certain specific dates, just like World War I ended November 11th, 11/11 at 11:11 a.m. in 1918. Or was that 1917? Whatever. Anyway, a lot of events like 9/11, like 7/77, like 3/11 in Fukushima and the Japanese earthquakes, they are rituals that are done by the darker side, playing the fourth dimensional mental astral games, doing the exact same quantum mechanics, but with much less power, because they are dealing with electromagnetics of the brain rather than the super magnetics of an activated heart chakra that many of those of us that are holding the higher light are working with now. The new Aquarian age that we are going into is an age of quantum physics. Everybody on planet will become their own master. There's not going to be Jesuses and Buddhas coming here to guide you through and lead the way and create religions. That's just not going to happen. You are going to be your own master. When you understand, when you truly comprehend that every thought, everything that you envision, everything that you speak forth, everything that you feel in your emotions is creating via quantum mechanics that reality that you experience is life. That illusion that you experience is life. That is quantum mechanics. We are shifting this planet with dates, with events like we had on 1021, like we will have coming up on 11/11, on 11/22, Thanksgiving, 12/12/12, 12/21, and then there again at the end of the year. All of these times, these portals that many of us know to join with others holding the higher light to manifest that vision which and that thought which we see we want to bring Mother Earth and the collective of humanity into. That's what these dates are all about. That's what it is. It is us gathering in quantum mechanics by amplifying the powers of each one of us as individuals, and joining as the collective for that focus, to bring humanity into a new age, to bring humanity into a new way of being, to bring humanity into living from new consciousness levels by raising the frequency of the planet. That's what all this is about. To my friend Ed, to the guys at Brass Check, to a lot of other friends that have sent me messages not understanding what these events are about, but who are very active in trying to expose what's going on planet. Please take a deeper look at what's going on and realize that we are not going to be able to think our way through these things. There is no technology that we can repair the compromised seafloor with in the Gulf of Mexico to stop the oil leak. There is no technology that we have that can go gather up all these fuel rods that are melting down into the ground that are MOX fuel containing plutonium. You know, one molecule can kill an individual. And we had, just on the very first day, enough molecules of plutonium that went into the atmosphere to kill each and every life form, not just humanity, but life form on this planet over 50,000 times over. These can only hurt us when we give it power to hurt us. That's quantum mechanics. Now, we might not have the technology to go out there and to clean it up, but when enough of us wake up, realizing that we create the reality, I mean, even the earth that we see and we live here, we can totally shift with a single thought by a critical mass number of humanity waking up and focusing their thought and their intent on shifting this. And that is exactly how we will stop the Gulf oil spill, how we will stop Fukushima, how we will, take care of this problem that's going on with the sinkhole in Louisiana, or the North Sea gas leak, or Phobos grunt that crashed into the atmosphere with so much nuclear fuel on it and radiation that was landing all over the Pacific. This is just over and over and over and over and over. And people, it's something that is supposed to take us into so much fear. And if you look at it from the higher level, look at it from a bigger picture, these events are something that's supposed to scare us straight, scare us awake. And once you become awake, you're not scared anymore. You realize what's going on. And you realize that these events only have power over you if you allow them to. And for a long time, those of us that were telling the story as I am here, we were virtually attacked. We were hacked and virused, and they would come and take you away and say you were crazy and lock you up, or just, do away with you. But now there's so much of humanity that is awake and aware of what's going on. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, when I uploaded my vid the other day on the 18th, I got hacked immediately, and I couldn't upload a second video onto YouTube, and they got into my Facebook page and my Hotmail. This is just a game. It is a game. And it's part of a game because, I consider myself a warrior. So, hey, check out the quantum mechanics on that. I'm here to change the planet. If I'm warring, then that means there's got to be another side to play with. So even in my own illusion, I have to take a look at everything that I have in my perceptions, everything that I do that creates this illusion that I think of as reality, but I know it's an illusion around me. I have to watch every word that I speak, every emotion that I feel, every thought that I entertain, every person who I choose to be around, because of the experience that they're invoking and how it affects my field as I hold some of the highest light. A lot of times I'll go to do ceremony, just like when we were at Venus Transit, and some people saw the pictures of all the orbs floating around, and I'm back in the back holding the energies. And I go to these ceremonies, and a lot of times I just hold the energies. I am not there to focus my intent. I could, yes, I do envision the most beautiful thing that we could possibly have here on Earth. It's my personal vision, but I'm developing myself for universal creation, not necessarily just to master and live within this next Aquarian age for the next 26,000 years as an ascended master on Earth. I want to go for the gold. I want it all. And in so doing, I have to really, really be careful about those things that I envision, that I invoke. But I try to relate best I can what I understand of how all this works, of the history of our universe, how the multiverses work, and try to help create as many ascended masters walking on this planet as I can, and that's my mission. And so, anyway, blah, 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 blah. I still have to go weed gardens and do all those manual things that everybody else has to. And sooner or later, we're going to get into materialism rather than just manifestation. Okay, guys, bye for now. That's the end of this vid. Love y'all.